Welcome to Liberators Network, where minds are freed, voices are amplified, and ideas spark real-world impact. Today's episode explores autism and ADHD, not just in children, but in every stage of life. From creche to kindergarten, university, young adulthood, marriage, and even older age. Today we'll uncover how these neurodivergent conditions present in different settings and environments. Joining me here today is a very special person. I call him my personal therapist. He is an experienced clinical therapist who specializes in behavioral and speech supports. He will help us break down the realities, the misconceptions, and the lived experience in these neurodivergent conditions. Mr. Victor, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, Mr. Mmasi. Thank you. That was quite elogious. And yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
The elegy was great.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions, because I have little nieces and nephews that,
Okay.
especially this young age, because I think this young age is very critical for you to understand and then to tackle these conditions and help them
Fine-tune.
fine-tune their behaviors and characters. So based on this, I think we should start the foundation years.
Yes, starting with the foundation years is very, very important. It's just like when you want to build a house, you don't start from the rooftop, you start from the foundation.
Of course.
So the foundation detects if you're going to build a bungalow or you're going to build a skyscraper.
Okay.
Yeah, so
what are the subtle signs that a parent should watch out for in children before they start school? I mean, children below 2 years or 3.
Okay, so you're referring to children that are preschool?
Yeah, preschool
age?
Yeah. Even before they start school too.
Okay, that's between what age?
Below 2 years.
Below 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, so the subtle signs you could look out for in children that are below 2, I would first want to clarify something that in children that are below 2, 1, they are energetic.
Yes.
There are milestones that they generally should have hit, like sitting up, crawling, even walking, and saying certain words faintly. They should make sounds and start making, joining 2 words together.
Of course.
Eat, at, water, sit, walk, give,
even
me,
mama or dada.
mama, papa, and things like that. Yeah. So when these children do not communicate, when their communication pattern is not following a societal norm, definitely it should raise an eyebrow. That shouldn't put you on red alert, but it should make you raise an eyebrow like, oh, my child is 2 and hasn't said water. Then you should. That means that you are not on red alert, but you are just concerned like, hey, what's going on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's one sign to look out for.
Okay.
Via communication. Another sign is their touch, reaction to touch.
Oh.
Yes. Generally, we understand that babies feel comfy in a warm environment.
Yes.
Okay. And when that is being provided and they still react against the environment, then it should tell you that this child is sensory sensitive. Then you look at things like the lightning. When the light is out, how does the child react? Some children can't stay without light, even with the barest minimum light supply, light intensity. They will just scream on top of their voices like someone wants to, suffocate them and stuff. And they prefer bright lighted areas, right? You look at those things. They could be, like you said, subtle, but they are very, very important. They are pointers to tell you a lot about the child. And another thing that resonates with autistic individuals, I feel personally, parents do not pay attention to this one, is togetherness. And what do I mean by togetherness? Children love to play, especially at that age.
Yeah,
they like to
because
run around, especially when they've hit milestones. Yeah, and move. So when children at this age range do not associate or don't like associating with their peers,
wow.
then it should raise a very, very huge concern. Yes, but at that point, it's not something that you can outrightly say you want to run a diagnosis,
Okay.
except there are visible conditions.
Okay.
Like, yes, so that's it. So in a nutshell, you look out for their attitude towards others, towards their peers. Do they communicate with their peers? Do they play with their peers? Another thing you look out for is their communication pattern. Yes, they might not make words like adults, but again, their communication pattern, are they thriving? Is it hitting what we refer to as a global threshold? Is it hitting the global threshold for a child that age? Is it hitting the milestone? Those are the things you look out for. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, you made mention on of visible signs
Yes.
or conditions
Yes.
of a child. You said a child can have like difficulty
Yes.
saying some certain words,
Yes.
but it shouldn't be a sign of alarm.
Yes, it shouldn't.
Except it has
Yeah.
there is visible
Possibly,
sound.
yes, like a physical. I don't like to use the word deformity.
Okay.
Yeah, but except there is a physical condition, maybe a paralysis or something of that
okay.
nature,
Okay.
then it should make you raise concerns. And I'll usually advise the people I support personally, and this is a general advice, that when children are at the age of 1 year plus, you start checking their tongue. How often and how flexible is their tongue? Sometimes it's just that the tongue muscles are stiff and not flexible enough to
for
roll.
them to communicate.
Yeah, so once it can't roll, then they can't say certain words. They can't pronounce certain words. So that's it.
Wow.
Yes.
So for children in creche now,
okay.
So how do you navigate sensory overload for children in creche? In a normal creche settings, like the loud noises for toys and all of that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. This is something I've been thinking that we should have a review.
Okay.
Yeah. Most creche settings are for neurotypical individuals. The creche setting is not actually meant for or built with the mind of the neurodiverse child or children in mind. They built it for the neurotypical individuals. So to change that, there needs to be a change, right? To have a better outcome, there needs to be a change. And how do this change come into place is by one, having mixture of colors.
Oh.
Yes, that gives a sensory feel. Yes, you need to check out colors. You look at the rainbow color, the Roy Bivia. You look at colors like maroon and things like that. Yes, now we have different colors and names. You have pepper green and peach blue and all of that. So yeah, so you look at those colors that are not too bright, and then you infuse them into your daycare or creche setting, and then you get toys that are sensory friendly, not just for the neurotypical child.
Yeah.
You get things that are sensory friendly. So that way you are accommodating both the neurotypical child and the neurodiverse child. And one of the things this stage is very, very critical. One of the things it does is it teaches the child, it unlocks the potential of the child of learning, how to learn. Yes. Recently, I was speaking with a neurodiverse individual. She's in the university. She's studying nursing, and she has difficulty comprehending what the teacher is teaching, what the lecturers are putting out. She finds it difficult, and it's by the time I spoke with her and we did an analysis, we found out that she is intelligent, but the teaching pattern does not suit her learning condition.
Oh.
So now, if she had and she does not even know her learning condition and how to learn, she just know that, when I do some things, I'll just know it. Sometimes I will. So yeah, but professionally, I was able to decode that. Now, if at a younger age, that potential has been unlocked, she has been known, taught to identify her learning pattern, how she learns, definitely she won't find it difficult. So as she proceeds, she knows that, this is how I learn. I don't learn as other person. You see, but because the society is built around the neurotypical individual, so the neurodiverse individuals are not being given, they are not included. They are not given that attention. So in a daycare setting, a crèche setting, once you do that, you are helping that child. Creativity, painting is very, very important. Wow. It helps dot the nerves in the brain, and like that. So yeah. So when you include those sensory friendly toys and activities, yeah, sure, you have a very lively thing.
Can you give us examples of sensory friendly toys?
Okay. I just talked about painting, artwork. Yeah. Include a whole lot of artwork.
Okay.
Building blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, building blocks. You have sand play. Yes, sand play. Take them to the sand.
Wow.
Yes,
they should play with the sand.
Play with the sand.
What about germs and all of that?
Now, I like that question. You don't just take them to just the sand.
Okay.
Yeah, usually you would get it, you filter it. Sometimes you might heat it. You might need to heat it. You filter it, make it fine. Yes, make it fine. So there is a section where the sand is.
Should be.
Yes, it's not just on the floor, on the ground.
Okay.
No. Okay. Even if you are putting the sand in a playground, there is a section of the playground that has this special sand.
Oh, okay.
So when they go there, it is a feel. Now, there is a connection between the barefoot, the feet, and the brain. So as they are playing, there's something we call the hand-eye coordination. So as they are doing that, their hand-eye coordination is building. And as they are building what we refer to as motor skills, and we have gross motor skills and fine motor skills, because they will write with their hands.
Yes,
they will make, and like that, it is building their mind. It is, those things are connecting. So how many daycare or crèche centers actually cater for that?
I don't think there are a lot of them.
Then another thing is you have audiovisuals. Okay. I know a few of them have, but when I say audiovisuals, they say mango, it shows mango.
Okay.
And say car, it shows
is
car.
It using placards or what?
It is you can say placards also, like flashcards. You call it flash. We call it flashcard. Okay. You use flashcards, you insert it in the audio stuff.
Yes.
It sounds it and then gives you the picture. Yes, because there are learners that are referred to as kinesthetic learners. Okay. They learn on the go.
Okay, that's kinesthetic learners.
Yes, kinesthetic learners. They learn on the go. They learn as they walk. So that thing he has put, he's walking. He has done some work.
He has captured it already.
Yeah. So that sound and the picture will stay with him or her for a long time.
Wow.
Then there are ones that are read write.
Okay.
When they read, they must write it. If they don't
Okay.
write it, they'll forget.
Oh.
So that is why you must have those things in place. Not just the building blocks. You must have things. You must have things children should be able to scribble.
Yeah.
Yes. Scribbling is very good. Yes, scribbling is good for the brain. Yes. So it helps build the cognitive strength of a child. Yeah. So, and that's it.
You know, what you just said, what you just said it's kind of like an eye opener for me. It's just like you're creating an awareness.
Yes.
Because when I was in school, there are people that learn. So I have this friend that if he wants to read a textbook, he has to write every single thing in that textbook. So he'll get his notes and get his pen. As he's going through the textbook, he's writing something down. So once he's done, he gets the knowledge. And then there are some people that they have to walk about. Some of my friends, they'll tell you that they can't sit still while reading. They have to be walking and then read. Okay. So I think that for them, they don't really understand what is going on.
You get it now.
Yes. So, but with what you're saying now, it starts from the foundation.
From the foundation.
Yeah. So if children will be able to understand, and then parents and people, individuals understand this is how this works. So you help them navigate their children's life and help them through the right path.
Yes.
So you said something about playing on the ground. Yes. So I think even for me, sometimes if I want to stabilize, I don't know what I was doing, what I'm doing, but it's just like making a lot of sense. And I would just off my shoe, my footwear, and then I'll walk on bare.
And then you feel the sensory calm.
Exactly, I feel calm, and I love it.
Wow.
It's just like it's so much fun. So you are you telling me that it's the same thing as what you're just discussing about children?
Yes. It's actually same thing. And let me take you back. You know, there are times in Nigeria, particularly maybe a few countries in Africa, that maybe some 15, 20, 25 years ago, children will come out in the sweet lights of the evening.
Yeah.
Then there was no civilization as much as it is now. Yeah. You will have them play on the ground. I personally did that. I learned it from my elderly ones. They will permit us to come out in a compound. Then there are sands, and then we'll build houses. We'll put your feet, and then you pour sand, and then you take your legs off, and then you build.
Oh, yeah.
Build. Now, do you know that thing is that activity is very, very important to building the executive function of child, the cognitive senses of children. It's very, very important. See, children that underwent such processes, their thought pattern is holistic. Wow. More holistic than children that did not undergo such or similar play process. And this is a call to therapists, professionals, parents, lawmakers, and likes, that we should make it a point of duty to educate the public, get this knowledge, especially if you are a therapist, you are a parent, you are a neurodivergent. In short, if you are a parent, intending parent, or already a parent, you should have this knowledge. And then teachers should have this knowledge on how to identify the learning patterns of individuals and fine-tune their learning to the strength and not to their weakness. Because learning is not a one-size-fits-all. No. So that's it. So I feel we should do more in educating the general public, and that's why we are here.
So for me, for many toddlers, parallel play, it's normal. So how do autistic play evolve, or how should autistic children play, and how does this play evolve in every stage of life?
Okay, so first, what is parallel play? We need to understand what parallel play is. Parallel play is every individual focusing on their own set of play.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually in a layman's word. So you have parallel play, usually in crèche, like so. They have different activities, and everyone picks. So it is parallel. The word parallel. It does not. This one is focusing. Down is focusing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's actually one of the strengths of autistic individuals. Usually children, because they like their world, they like their space, right? And don't forget, they are not the type that kickstarts conversations. Okay, except they have mastered the art. Okay, so at that younger age, it's something that is natural to them. So they play, and how does it evolve? It evolves over time with the help of a therapist, be it a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, based on their needs. So once this need is met, then the way they will play when they get to the next stage of their life will be totally different, because they have fulfilled what they are supposed to fulfill in the previous stage. They have gotten the knowledge, they have mastered the art from the previous stage. So when they are moving to the next stage, definitely they are working on the platform of the previous one. It's just like when a child is in here we call it GSS1, Junior Secondary School 1 in Nigeria. The knowledge you have in GSS1, you do not throw it away when you get to into a new
just
class.
Like building blocks.
That it is the same thing. You don't throw away the therapy that you have gotten from your previous years. It
continues.
It's a continuous stuff. So that therapy is there to arm you at that stage. So that's why therapy is individualistic. No two therapy sessions should actually be the same, because their needs are not the same. They could be similar, but when you look deep, you would see things that are quite different. So how they evolve is by getting this knowledge from their previous, and then so when the needs is met, take for example a child that is non-verbal or that was partly verbal. When the child has actually acquired a level of confidence, because all these things has to do with confidence, and the child has started making efforts in speaking, you don't do that. You don't use the same approach or tenacity you used previously.
Previous stage.
Yes. So you can see it now. So whatever play you are bringing is suiting this new stage that the child is at now. So when the child is fully verbal, you cannot be teaching the child that is fully verbal how to talk. So
true.
you introduce another thing, and like that, and like that, and like that, and like that, and that's it.
What are the most effective ways of communicating with a non-speaking child? And most people say a non-verbal child in a nursery setting.
Okay, there's something we must be able to understand about verbalism. If there's any word like that. Now, there are young children who are outrightly non-verbal. They wouldn't speak all through their life.
All through their life?
They won't speak.
Is it that they are dumb or deaf?
Well, the pathway for speech is possibly affected, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And not that they have tongue tie?
No. Nothing.
Or the muzzle of the tongue it's okay, just like what you mentioned earlier.
Everything, their anatomy for speech could be very okay, but it's a brain thing. It's a nerve thing. Yeah. So when that is the case, well, and it's not a defect. So that's one thing we need. It's not a defect. I don't see it as a defect.
Wow. Why? Why do you say so?
Because it's not a defect. Not speaking is not a defect. It's not a defect.
But it's a normal thing to do. If I will use the word normal.
It's because you are speaking. That's why you feel speaking is normal. someone might decide not to speak. And to that person, it is normal.
But he's able to speak.
Okay. I think we need to get, because this is a misconception the world has always held.
Yeah.
Because I'm right-handed by virtue of naturalism, doesn't make left-handed people abnormal, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Does it?
No, it doesn't.
Good. Now, why are we now saying that because we are verbal and others are non-verbal, outrightly non-verbal, that it's a defect?
So it could be normal too.
It's normal. It is until we take that thing out of our mind that, oh no, that it's a defect. No, we should take it off. So as a therapist, personally, when I speak with parents, I first make it a point of duty to educate them and let them know that yes, we will do everything possible. But peradventure, after we have done therapy, we've done everything. We've done series of tests, refer them to medical people, and everything is done. And the child, over time, maybe after 15, 20 years, the child is still not speaking. Don't feel bad. Because it is not a defect in itself. It does not limit the child from having a fulfilled life.
And it doesn't limit the child from being effective communicator.
No. There are what we refer to as alternative augmentative devices, right? So AACs are there to help non-verbal individuals.
Okay.
Yes. So there was this documentary I was watching, and then I did a bit of research. This child is non-verbal, and he grew never to speak. But he was taught how to use the AAC. When you walk close to him and you ask him, what is your name? Because you have asked, the AAC device is already programmed to respond.
Wow.
So the AAC device responds with his name. And in short, he can navigate his world. He can
with
go,
the device.
Yes, he goes to the train station, he bought, everything is there, and he lives a normal life. It's just affecting his speech, not his intellectual brain points. Okay. So he can reason, he's creative. Do you understand that? So can you see now that it's not a defect? Okay? So now we have people like that. Then we have people that we refer to as semi-verbal. So they say words sparingly. Yes. So we have, and they find certain words very difficult to pronounce. Yes. They could just say primary word, water, papa, ta. And then they're like, that's all they can say. But over time, with therapy and the right things in place, definitely they will speak. So we have those that are verbal, we have those that are semi-verbal, and then those that are non-verbal that will not speak. So let's understand that. How do you then communicate with these individuals? There's what we refer to as Picture Exchange Communication System, PECS. Now, PECS is a system whereby you use flashcards to communicate. So you train the child just like you potty train an OT and an occupational therapist would potty train, or anyone would potty train a child how to use the toilet, right? You train the child how to express their emotions or their need using that card. Like when I was supporting a child, one of the children I supported had Down syndrome and non-verbal. Yes. So I had to teach the child to stop me. The first thing I did was to teach the child to stop me during therapy. Yes, because I noticed her attention span was so short. And I didn't want to
overload
and
her.
I didn't want to overload her so we don't lose out on stuff. So I had to write it stop in a cardboard, and I put it and I explained to her, even though she wasn't speaking back to me. I told her, I know she's listening. I know she's hearing me. I know she's, So I told her this. So when you are tired, pick the flashcard and show me. Okay. I said it like 5-10 times. After the end of the therapy that day, I gave an example, say, oh, tired. And then I picked it. Stop. Say, I will stop. And she looked at me and smiled. Now, in one of our sessions, she got tired.
Okay.
She didn't want the therapy for that day. Yes. And just like every human, it's not every day you want to go to work. It's not every day you want to do what you love to do. Yeah. So they are human. It's just normal. So she just picked it. And then I stopped. I waited and I was just giving her some stories, social stories where, catch. And then when I saw she has brightened up, then
you started again.
Yeah, I asked her, can we? Yeah, she nodded. Can you see that? So picture communication exchange, picture exchange communication system is one way to communicate with non-verbal individuals at that stage, nursery crèche level, right? And also use of AACs. AAC could be maybe a little expensive depending on where people are located. Yeah, some governments will give discounts, some organizations might provide it, but that's one way. Then we also have sign languages.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, for me personally, there is a general standard of sign language, or there is a general sign language. You say, you learn all of this, right?
Yes.
Now, there is a special sign language is using sign to say something.
To communicate.
Now, while growing up, in my house, when we have visitors, and my mom or my dad wants us to do something, they don't talk.
Yeah.
It's
always a sign.
That's a type of sign language. When they want you to buy something.
Yeah.
When they want you to live there. It's from the intensity of the look, from the sharpness of the look. It might just be a just like this.
Or to even sweep a particular or do some chores.
They could look at you and look at that place and you already know.
Understand.
Because they've built it over time. They've told you, when I do this is what it means and stuff like that. It's the same thing. So for me now,
in most cases, they won't even tell you.
Yes.
You
just know. So in this case, you need to tell them, right? So they will be aware. For me now, I do like this. Good. So they know good. Okay. So when they carry out a task and I'm satisfied with it and they have accomplished, I do like this. So they know, okay, that's a sign like good, like I'm on track.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So individuals don't need to break the bank or stress themselves to communicate with non-verbal individuals. Yeah, no. You generate your language, your sign language that best suits
the both of you.
Communication is what two or more persons understand.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not a standard thing. You set the standard, not universal standard. Yeah, so those are the ways that you can communicate with a non-verbal individual.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've heard a lot of teachers, especially kindergarten teachers, complain of some children having a repetitive patterns during the class. So I had to Google on it. And it's called stimming. And though I don't have an in-depth knowledge of what it is, can you explain stimming? Just briefly explain what stimming is.
Stimming is a self-regulatory activity by anyone.
Oh, okay.
To just self-regulate you, keep you in check. Yes. Take, for example, when you drive, when you drive, possibly on the highway or stuff, you will see a demarcation between the road,
Yeah.
the ongoing car and the incoming cars, so they don't clash.
Yeah.
That thing there can be referred to as regulation. Is regulating, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
that is what stimming is. So maybe the person is too anxious and the person doesn't know how to regulate it. It will misbehave or can even lead to something else, right? So that attitude, that action that the person has adapted or adopted to calm or regulate the emotions or sensory nerves is what is referred to as stimming. So children do it. So when they are tensed, they can be moving their feet. I say, why? And it's no, you don't need to shout. You need to understand. So that is why it is important. School owners, administrators, they need to work very closely with people that are knowledgeable, hold seminars to educate these educators, to educate the educators.
Yeah.
So they will be able to teach the learners properly, and then we'll have a saner and more productive society. Because a teacher that is not in the know of this might even punish the child.
Yeah.
Say you are misbehaving. No, it's not misbehaving. The child is darting, is moving to and fro. That is a form of stimming. So that's it.
Wow, that's very interesting. So based on what you just said, how can parents work with kindergarten teachers to ensure that the child's stimming is not suspended or rather dismissed?
Okay. First, stimming is good. Just imagine that you don't have that barricade on the highway. You always have accidents.
There will be chaos.
Clash, there will be chaos.
Yeah.
So if you take away stimming from a child, you are introducing chaos. Yes. So you are taking the child from good to bad, and the child, if care is not taken, will go from bad to worse.
Wow.
And I'm sure people watching me will like, oh, you can, point. You can now fix the dots that, oh, this child, this is the reason. The child was doing well, and all of a sudden, you took away a stimming.
A form of regulation.
A form of regulation. His cover. And then that child went from good to bad, from bad to worse, and like that. Okay. So it is very important that we are open-minded as individuals. So as a teacher who is there to lead the child, you should be open-minded. And as a parent, you should also be open-minded. So if it's the teacher that has first understood this, please share. There should be a meeting point. There should be a communique, right, between the parties where they will share knowledge. And that is why it's very, very important that parents are present in the lives of their children. Don't just send your child to school and pay huge amount of money or it's not just in the money. Be present. Beyond money, there are things money cannot buy. And this is it. The parent need to be aware. Maybe parents are quite busy. You could be lawmakers or political, office holders and the likes. Definitely, we need to cut them some slack. They might not have. Definitely, whoever is in charge of that child, a carer, should have the knowledge and also communicate that to the parents. So there should be a communique. So if it's the parent that got first-hand knowledge first, communicate it with the school, communicate it down to the teacher. If it's the teacher that got the noticed the stimming and understood first, communicate with the parents and like that. So it's a network. Learning should be a network. Yes. So that's it.
Wow. If you're watching and then you have other questions to ask, you can drop that in the comment section while our therapists will answer the questions individually. So we are done with the foundation years. Yeah. So let's shift a little bit to elementary school from 6 to 12. Okay. So how does transition from play-based learning to official desk learning affect an autistic child?
this is something that is very, very uh, challenging to the autistic child. Transitioning.
Yeah.
The word transitioning is something their brain do not have the capacity to handle. And you need to master the art of transitioning. Let me show you a story. So, when I was new to the system, I had this child that I was supporting, and she's on the spectrum. Yeah. So therapy is supposed to start about 10 a.m. and last for the duration of time. So one day, I will usually get there 1 hour ahead to settle down, watch what's going on before we hit therapy. So when I got there, one day, I got there around like 1 hour ahead. And for one reason or the other, the class teacher, the head teacher, said, oh, Mr. You're here, start the therapy, and all of that, because I was a contracted therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to tell them, no, it's my time. Don't worry. Relax. Because if we rush the child, one, a whole lot can happen. Now, one of the things that can happen is what we refer to as GID.
GID.
Yeah.
What's
gastrointestinal disorder.
Oh.
The autistic individuals have their GI is usually very messy. Sorry to say that. Yeah, they have issues with their GI. You know, the gut and the brain, they are connected together. Yeah, and then digestive. So
you
now
have a point there.
Yeah, so whatever affects the brain, boom, you see them.
Affects the guts immediately.
Affect the guts. So if you take them by surprise or rush them, then they can just start having diarrhea. They can run
or
temperature.
Even
they can yes. You understand that?
Yeah.
So I said, no, don't worry. Let her transition. Let her take her time. Let her take. Sometimes even 30 minutes into therapy time, she's still doing what the activity she was doing before, because it was an inclusive school. Okay, and she will still be doing, and I will wait patiently because I learned that. Now, this is one day I went there, and you're like, oh, start. Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's see what will happen. She broke down. Like she broke down. She was throwing up.
Are you serious?
Yes. We ended up not having the therapy
session.
Wow. And for like 3 days, she shut down. She wasn't in school. So transitioning is not something you just do. Right? I used to tell the people I support, their family, right? You want them to sleep? Prepare them 1 hour ahead. Say it to them. The next 1 hour, when it's 9 o'clock, you're going to go to bed. It's bedtime, 9 o'clock, bedtime. So that is why you need to have wall clocks or digital clocks. Yes, all around, everywhere. So they are time conscious. You understand that? So when you do that, so you need to prep them for the next thing. And then you also have a list, of what they would do.
Yeah.
And, when I was doing some research and doing some studies, that's how we have timetable.
Because of autistic individuals?
Maybe not because of them, but I feel that is a transitioning.
Oh.
Yeah, it helps the brain. It tells the brain.
Even for neurotypical persons.
Yes, it helps the brain. So, okay, this is what we do. This is what we do. A neurotypical person can come to school, do physics, do math, social studies, and then go. Right? They won't feel it. But a neurodiverse, an autistic individual needs to know what next is coming. You
If
understand?
not, the brain can't process.
They will not process.
And they might break down.
They will break down. And then because anxiety is building up.
Oh.
Yes, they have this anxiety issue because they don't know what next. So from that, I was able like, oh, that's true. I was doing a whole lot of research on this. I'm like, oh, that's true. So now, because you remember it is play-based.
Yeah.
So they're already used to a system.
Yes.
And they're coming to element where they're using the desk and thing, then there is time, there is routine. Yeah, they function where there is routine, where there is structure, no problem. But don't just change it. Yeah, don't force it, don't change it. So when they leave the crèche,
play-based, yeah,
start saying it to them, maybe 2-3 months away. That in the month of May, you're going to elementary school. And this water, you start explaining in details. Yes, you can take them there. Let them feel the environment. Let them start getting accustomed to the environment. Getting accustomed. Take them there. Keep taking them there. They will start, okay. Their brain will start repositioning
to that setting.
So when the work starts, they are not far behind. They are not still trying to reposition. They are already positioned
smoothly.
Yes. So, okay. And then if they are therapists or, nutritionists that are working with them, maybe new ones, they start meeting these people gradually. You introduce things to autistic individuals gradually in a systematic way. Yes. You don't just do it now, sparingly. Next, let it be consistent. So, like that. So, that way, elementary school will be fun. And then you have a routine.
Yeah.
When they wake up, when they eat, when they wake up, what they do should be written out. Yes. If you want to have a very productive autistic individual, yes, do this. This is what I recommend. And it has worked 100%. From when they wake up, have a routine. They have to wake up this time. When they wake up, if you want them to make their bed, wake up, pray,
make bed.
Yeah. Yes. I'll go to the bedroom, brush in the bedroom. Let there be a routine.
Another routine.
Yes. Say bedroom on this, do this. Come. When they're out, there should be another. So every task is broken down. That way they are productive. So you can see they are transitioning because they know what to do. They know what to expect. But if you give them multiple instruction by words only,
just break down.
They don't break down because they can't process everything. So that's the best way to have them in elementary school. But fortunately or unfortunately, we are yet to get to that globally. Yeah.
Because of lack of awareness on this topic, there are a lot of autistic individuals that are broken, even in older age.
True.
Anyway, I have a friend on Facebook. She's a painter.
Okay.
So she came up one day to say that she has been diagnosed to be an autistic individual.
Okay. She's on the spectrum.
Yes, she's on the spectrum.
Okay.
But you can't see that. The way she speaks, the way she does things, you won't know.
Okay.
So is there a thing like that people can actually hide that trait? Is it through therapy or something? So is it that you can hide the traits of being in the spectrum?
Okay. So referring to that, there's something that I refer to as masking. Okay. Think of a mask as you and I. While we're much younger, during Christmas period, there is this thing we buy to cover your face.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a mask. But that's not your real face. Right?
Yeah.
It is the face that you make or you want people to see. But your real face is hidden under that image or the object, right? So that's what masking is. Masking is hiding the real you. Yes. Hiding is not camouflaging. Camouflaging is blending in.
Okay.
Masking is keeping the real you and showing people a totally different entity from who you actually are. And this is very bad. And it's bad in the sense that if you ask her your friend, she will tell you that every time she gets home or she's alone, she's experiencing burnout, mental burnout, clumsiness, brain fog, anxiety, sleeplessness, name it. She's having that is the effect of all those things. We refer to it as burnout. Yeah. So masking in itself is bad. And masking is actually something that people do to blend in. And because they did not have adequate knowledge and adequate therapy
of what is going on with their brain.
So they just like, I don't want to be the odd one out.
Yeah, I don't want to be different. A lot of people don't want to be different or weird.
I'm different and I'm proud. You understand? I'm different. Yeah, you should be different. I'm proud. It's not a deformity. To be different is not a deformity. Yeah, if everyone is white, please be dark. Yes, be dark. If everyone is dark, please be white. You see, while growing up, if a few of my mentors said same thing. They said the beauty of life is in its diversity.
Yeah.
Just imagine from January 1st to December 31st, you are just eating rice, white rice. You will get tired. Possibly after the third month, you even say, I don't want again. I will just drink water.
Of course.
Yeah. But the beauty of life, the beauty of food that we eat is in the diversity. That's why you have different meals. You eat this, you eat a little of this, a little of this, a little of this. That's what triggers you. Now, you understand? So if you are different and you don't do things like others, that shouldn't make you feel less of yourself.
That shouldn't be a limitation.
You should first understand yourself and why you're doing this or why you like this or why you tend to do this. And that's where therapy, seeing a professional, getting the professional diagnosis is very, very important. So masking is not good. It's not advisable.
So in what ways is masking start appearing in elementary school?
People pleaser. Have you ever met a people pleaser?
For a child in elementary school?
Yeah, people pleaser.
Wow.
Okay, I'll start you an example, practical example. So a child is autistic on the spectrum. The child would not most likely associate with everyone.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but situation might arise that would make 1, 2, 3 persons begin to creep into their world. Now, those 2, 3 persons, he or she that is on the spectrum will want to keep them because they have become his or her world. They are not just friends. Autistic individuals don't keep friends. And the ones they keep, they hold them dear to their hearts. They can even overshare. You understand? And things like that. So they tend to become people pleasers. They share their snacks. You know, they do things that are not convenient for them. And at a point, the day they would crash, the day the pressure will explode, you will just be like, what's going on? You get that? So that's it. So encourage masking it is like that. They have burnout, they want to fit in, especially what is referred to as Asperger syndrome. Yeah, that's autism level 1. Yeah, they want to fit in, they want to blend in, they want to, so they just they experience burnout, and they experience mental burnout, they experience fog, they no longer pay attention, brain fog, clumsiness, anxiety. Yes, they also experience what is referred to as rejection syndrome. They are very, very sensitive to rejection.
Wow.
Yeah, so they just like, they don't want to be rejected. Yes, they just want to blend in. So that's it.
So with a child in elementary school masking,
yes,
I'm very sure that when this child gets home,
Yeah.
he will just like remove the mask and be herself or himself, right?
Yes.
So how do you handle these after school meltdown? Like they are back home and then they just want to
Okay. Unwind.
Yeah. How do you handle it?
Okay. Recently I was reading a true life story
Okay.
of a parent. Think in Nigeria, Lagos State precisely. She said her son is rude, is a different entity entirely in school, and a different entity entirely at home. Like, if not that she went there to first make inquiries, if she had focused on what report she was getting, she would have gone there and caused a whole lot of scenes, right? Caused a scene. Now, bringing that to this, right? The child is rude in school.
Okay.
But
respectful
at home.
At home.
Now, if the child is autistic, that child is masking. Can you see what masking can be?
Yeah.
So the child is masking. So the real child, the real attitude of that child is being displayed in the house, not in the school. The child is masking. And this is it. Remember, masking, one of the things masking would do is it wants to make you fit in, not to be different.
Okay.
Yes. So there is a difference between masking and camouflaging. So you mask to camouflage.
To fit in.
To fit in. So you mask to fit in. So this possibly the children, I want to assume is this one of these highbrow schools. Yeah. The children around this child could be
very disrespectful.
And the child be like, I can't be the only respectful child here. Come on, man. And then they will do it over, because that's not their real nature.
Oh, they will go overboard.
They will go overboard. Then you've had, in Nigeria we say, they overdo. You even learn yourself, you can't do overdo past master. So that is the thing. The child has seen, and because it's not his nature. If it's your nature, you're able to regulate it.
Yeah.
But because it's not his nature, it doesn't have any regulator. He's just putting it up. So he's just being rude. But when he now gets home, he's in his comfort zone.
He now unmasks.
He unmasks. So he knows that, if he's wrong, if he does something wrong, his mother is going to correct him in a way that he's used to. Yeah. So that's it.
So what strategy helps unspoken rules in playground and then making friends for autistic children?
Okay, so for this child now I just cited the example. He wants to make friends.
Yeah, of course.
But for one reason or another, that I don't have first-hand information about the whole incident, but I know as a therapist and as a professional, for one reason or another, he's not able to break into that circle. And the only way he felt he could break into that circle is by masking, doing like them. If you can't beat them,
you join them.
So because he couldn't beat them, he joined them. Right? And that's not the best, because the adverse effect is bad. So first is be you. Yeah, and that's where the parents, the carers, the teachers, professionals, teachers, they come in. The child can't do it by himself or herself. So you help the child to understand who they are, because you have already seen who they are. So you are to make them know and understand, okay, don't worry if you don't feel like talking to anybody. You are not at fault. Just take it one step at a time. When you want to talk to people and like that, that's how you make friends, right? And let them understand that not having many friends is normal. If your friend has 20 friends and you have 0 friends, people should normalize not having friends. Do you get it? No,
Yeah.
normalize it. The society makes us to feel like if you don't have a friend, then your life will be the worst.
You can be lonely, or you will be lonely.
Isaac Newton, they should tell me how many friends does he have? Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, to the Schwein and the likes. Okay, maybe people might not be able to relate. How many friends do Elon Musk have? Jeff Bezos. All these people are on this. They are neurodiverse.
Yes.
They are neurodiverse.
Yes.
So, and they are in our current day world, current day dispensation. How many friends do they have? When they were much younger.
Yeah.
How many friends? So we should normalize letting these individuals know that if you don't have a friend, there is nothing wrong with you. If you have one friend, there is still nothing wrong with you. So it is not in the number of friends, is the quality of friends. You can have 20 and not, all you just have is number and no quality. You could have one and that one is way better than having 20. And you could have 20 and still have a lot of quality.
Yes,
we should normalize letting them know. First, they should understand who they are.
Yeah.
And then making them understand that if you don't have too many friends, then it's
okay.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. Like you are still living a normal life. So because it is that pressure
of having many friends.
My friend has 20 friends. I don't have a friend. Maybe this, and then anxiety begins to build, and that anxiety will make them, the only thing they can do is, if you cannot beat them,
you have to join them.
And that join them is they will now mask, and it will even cause adverse effect. It will have adverse effect on them. So that's just it.
In the beginning of this program, you made mention of the educational programs, not including the neurodivergent mind.
Yes.
So in what ways, based on your experience, your clinical experience, so in what ways can parents and teachers collaborate to create an individualized educational program that is sensory friendly?
Do you actually want me to say the truth?
Of course.
Or do you want me to say the truth, or you want me to say what you want to hear?
No, say the truth for our viewers.
Okay, so respect to the president, especially to the president of the largest black nation on earth, Nigeria, and all the senators and the political office holders. We need to totally scrap our curriculum.
Are you being for real?
From top to bottom, scrap everything.
Is it from university tertiary education,
scrap
to kindergarten and crèche?
Scrap everything.
Why do you say so?
Yes, because that curriculum was actually designed for the neurotypical mind only. Quote me anywhere. They should tell me how the neurodiverse mind. Now, maybe to an extent, the vocational schools are actually they are neurodiverse friendly because they are kind of static, hands-on practical stuff, and that's where the neurodiverse mind actually work. And someone might argue that why don't you go to a vocational school? Now that's where I'm saying scrap it, because if you go to a vocational school and another person goes to a university and you go to the same place seeking for employment, they will definitely employ the person with a degree from the university over the person that had gone to
a vocational school.
And it's not necessarily the fault of the people employing. It is the fault of the society that set that standard from the curriculum. So abolish the curriculum. Let everyone, have their own power, autonomy, right? And also make amendments, measures, accommodations, right? That will accommodate neurodiverse individuals.
Wow.
People that have learning conditions. Yes. So make it sensory friendly. I'll cite you an example.
Okay.
There is no university in Nigeria, no one in Nigeria that is stress-free. Yes, I can tell
I have to process that.
there is no university in Nigeria from the length to breadth, name it. Even some of the so-called private universities
No.
that people send their, children to.
Yeah.
So they would,
I think
not
that is
stress.
even worse.
Now,
That is even worse.
is it lecturers, professors, they derive joy in putting you through stress. Now, this is
even
it.
under duress too.
Now, the stress, they equate stress to seriousness.
Exactly.
So, you are not seated there since 7 o'clock and they'll be coming by 10 o'clock? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Now, a neurodiverse mind, an autistic individual is already worn out.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll tell you. Someone reached out to me from one of the schools in Southeast University,
Okay.
a state university in Southeast.
Mm.
His carryover is so much. Now, it is not because by the time I got into the
Conversation,
issue,
okay.
conversation, and we broke it down, got into the nitty-gritty, I just found out that he's intelligent.
Oh.
But the system is working against him.
Oh, I get it.
Please, he's working
I get
against him. Like, once he read, he must forget.
Yeah, because of the anxiety and the stress.
Now, first you look at your whole this you run
Exactly.
stand up. Now, those things are not normal. They are not normal. Now, a neurotypical person will cope because they are able to regulate. You can be screaming to a neurotypical person and he or she will decide not to hear you. They will decide not, and when they want to hear you, they will switch it on again. And they're like, okay, let me hear what you are saying. But a neurodiverse mind, no,
it brings about chaos.
Everything.
I can tell
so when
you.
you are shouting, the light is on, the person is thinking of the exams and everything. You get it. So the Nigerian system, the educational system, is set up to work against the neurodiverse individual. Yeah, it's just, and I don't want to believe that they intentionally did that. At the time when it was done, it was actually the best they had or they could afford, which is good. Kudos to everyone who have done that. They really, their intellectual property has been good, right? But there is
time for change.
There is time for change. There is time for review. Now, just recently, politically, there's what we saw, like they say, the election, whatever review, reform. You know, in the education system too, there should be review and reform. Review, reform, not going back and forth.
Yeah.
And this review should not just center around neurotypical individuals.
Oh, okay.
It should also
include.
It should be an inclusive thing. I know a few states like Lagos that has made it a law. Schools should be inclusive. So all schools in Lagos, they are inclusive schools, right? But they don't even have the manpower to handle this. They are not training staffs there. So even though the law is there, has been enacted, what machineries have been put in place to make sure that this law that has been enacted is visible, is being followed through. And that's one thing we are seeing in Nigeria and other African countries, and even the world, the developed countries at large. Because when I also consult for people outside Nigeria, in US, Europe, and like, you see, they say they are waiting for evaluation, they are waiting to see a therapist, sometimes 3 months, 4 months, and the likes. You get that? So we need to look at these things critically. When we look at it, individual countries look at their needs, individual states look at their needs, and then address it. It will really, really help. It will really, really help to make the society a better place, because I can tell you for free. This is for free. Take it to the bank, you cash out. I can tell you for free that in the boardroom of conglomerates, in the boardrooms of multi-billion empire organizations, the brain behind the success, and this is respect to neurotypical individuals, but the brain behind the success, the creativity, the out of the box thinkers is the neurodiverse mind. Autistic individuals, people on the spectrum, ADHDers, they are the ones that are the leaders from behind. And these people have been able to climb this ladder because at one point or another, they were given the right tool. But we have so much more out there that don't have the right information. So just imagine that we are able to harness 50% of the raw knowledge we have out there. You can say the world will just be better. It will be a better place. So that's it.
Wow.